Hello and welcome to this how-to video. This is part 4, customizing your team page. In this video we're going to show you how to add photos to your team page. And if you look on this, we're at the home page for varsity football, and if we go over to the Photos and Videos tab, click this, we'll see photos and video galleries that we've added. Here we have the top one is a photo gallery, and the bottom is a video gallery. The video gallery is actually linked to YouTube, and the photo gallery is linked to albums on Picasa Web. So what we're going to do is kind of walk through going to Picasa Web, creating an album, uploading photos to that album, and then we'll talk about how we link that to the photo gallery area on the team page. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go over to Picasa Web. So it's picasaweb.google.com is the web address. Now the email that you'll need to use will be the user account email for your team that we handed out at the team training a while back. In this case, the user account that we'll be using is for football, high school football. So that is football.hs@crownathletics.org. This is a user account. And again, these user accounts we talked about, just kind of do a brief aside here, is the user accounts are accounts that we have on Google Apps, and with Google Apps we are using these accounts for the calendar, for photos, as well as email. We'll talk about those a little bit later. So we enter in our user account, we enter in our password, let's sign in. Okay, this is when we log in, we'll see our recent albums. So this is the 2012 Season Highlights album. And if we flip back real quick to the team page, this is the 2012 Season Highlights. So this is the album that we're linking to from Picasa Web. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new album. So the way we do that is just click on the upload button. That'll automatically take us to a screen where we can enter an album. So I'm just going to put, I'm going to call this one, let's say 2013 Season Highlights. And this will be an album that we can put photos in during the season, as we have people that are, you may have people taking pictures, you may have already designated someone on your committee or team to take pictures, or you may have a couple of people doing that. So during the year they can be uploading pictures to this album. So we'll call that 2013 Season Highlights. We can drag photos here, we can select photos. I'm just going to click select photos from your computer. And here we can browse to a folder on our computer anywhere and select photos that we want. I'm just going to pick a couple of photos here. Click on Open. And this is uploading the photos to our album. And we can add as many photos as we want, but for purposes of for time, we're just going to go with these two. And once we're done uploading photos, let's click OK. So this is our Season Highlights album. We have 2 photos in there. Okay, so what do we need to do next? We need to link this to our photo album on our team page. But before we do that, we need to go up to Actions, click on that. Oops, come down to Album Properties. And we need to make a change for visibility. Right now it's set to only you. So only you can see it. So let's select Limited Anyone with a Link. So select that and click Save Changes. And once you do that, you'll see this little hyperlink over here called Link to this album. So let's click that. And you'll notice we have a URL that we can copy. So let's copy this. And now we can go back to our team page. And what we need to do is click on Manage Gallery. So this is where you can add additional galleries. So let's add gallery. And let's call this one 2013 Season Highlights. And then the RSS URL they're asking for is that URL that we copied right here. So this is the URL they're referring to. So we'll come back here and click Paste. And there's one change to the URL you'll need to make. The URL by default is HTTPS. What we need to do is get rid of the S. It just needs to be HTTP for the gallery to work. So this is from Picasa, and Picasa is the icon in the middle, and you can choose to show it in a horizontal or vertical. Since the other ones on our team page are horizontal, we'll stick with that. And the sort order is what order you want this new album to appear on your team page. We can say in the third position is fine. So let's save that. And let's go back to the home. And there we go. There's our new album that we created in Picasa Web. It's showing up here. And we can click on these and it'll open up. Preview that. We can go to the next photo if we want. We can even play a slideshow. If you just move your mouse up to the top of the photo, click play. It'll just browse through those one at a time. And go up and pause that. And you can click close or press your escape key, or we'll go back down. So that's all you would need to do to add that to your team page. Now let's say I wanted to share this with another team, let's say the JV football team. So what I would need to do is do the same thing on the JV football. So I go to the JV football homepage, go to the photo video area, click Manage Gallery. Let's add a gallery. Let's call this one the same thing, 2013 Season Highlights. The URL will be the same one. And let's get rid of the S on HTTPS. We'll just call that HTTP. That's all we need. And it's Picasa. So let's click horizontal. This is the first one in this gallery. So let's put position 1 and save it. Go back to home. There it is. So the same photo album can be linked to multiple team pages. So let's go back to Picasa Web. And what I'm going to do is, let's say, it's further along in the season, we've got more photos we want to add. So let's say I want to upload some more photos. Add to an existing album. We're going to do 2013 Season Highlights. Let's select Photos. And let's go to another area. I've got some photos. And here I have a lot of photos from the 2012 season, but just for example purposes, I'm going to pick a couple of these. There's a good one. This one looks good. So it's uploading those photos. And again, depending on your connection speed and how big the photo is, it may take a couple seconds to upload those. And another thing I want to show you as soon as we're done here is if you wanted to share this album with, let's say, several people on the team that are actually taking pictures, then you can share this album and they can actually upload their own photos as well. So we'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we're done with that. Okay, now we have the 2 new pictures in our album. So let's go back to our team page. Let's refresh this page. And there you go. Those, the album on your team page will automatically pick up the new pictures. You can just add new photos, week after week to that album, and they'll automatically show up in the 2013 season highlight photo album on your team page. Now let's go back to the varsity page and see if they're there. There they are. There's the new photos we added. So let's show you the sharing feature. So let's say I wanted to share this with a parent or two that they also take pictures during the year. Or you may have a parent on your team that's designated as the photographer of the team, and you want them to be able to add photos to this album. The way you would do that is click the share button and type in the email address for the person that will be adding these photos. And the one thing that you need to keep in mind, the person that adds these photos will need to have a Gmail account. That's just one of the requirements for Picasa Web. That they will need to have a Gmail account. If they don't have one, you can create a Gmail account quickly. They're free. Or if they already have one, they can use that Gmail account, and you just type in their email address here, and then they can log in their Gmail account, and they'll be able to add photos to this album. So that's pretty cool. So just to kind of wrap up here, so we kind of walk through the photo albums on your team page. You can have as many as you want on your team page. You can create albums in Picasa Web, upload photos. You can create multiple albums. You can share those albums with parents on your team that are can contribute pictures to them. And you can share that with another team, as we showed with the JV. We had that same album showing up there as well. So if you have, depending on your situation, you may have requirements like that. If you want to share the album, or you may have a separate one for JV and a separate one for varsity, you can do that too. So I hope that helps you. And next time we'll try to get into the video highlight area and the video gallery, and being able to add videos to the video gallery and linking them to your team page. But hope that helped, and thank you for watching.